Alright, I wasn't planning on making a video, but I can't do what I was planning on doing. I was planning on chilling out and, playing a video game while I'm sitting here doing nothing all weekend. I'm a little irritated that I'm sitting for 2 days at West Memphis. I've just been sitting around a lot lately, not getting paid. But that's not what has me so mad that I'm shaking. If you watched any of my previous videos, oh, and by the way, I've got my mic, my headset, the audio should be coming through this mic. I don't know if it is, but we'll see if the audio quality is any better. The mic on this phone is actually pretty good, but we'll see if it's better on this headset. So I'm gonna make a video. I've complained in previous videos about this worthless piece of shit named David that is a driver manager. He's like a backup driver manager after hours and weekends and stuff like that. I've had to deal with him twice now, and he has pissed me off twice. He is just lazy and worthless. Okay, so if you didn't watch my previous videos about how he screwed me over earlier this week, my driver manager was out on Monday and he was backing, he was the backup. So I had a load assigned to me that had like 3 days to deliver, and it only would take a day and a half to get there. So I was going to have a day and a half, maybe even 2 days extra time on the load. And so I called and I was like, hey, can you check and see if this appointment's correct, or see if you can get me an earlier appointment? I don't want to sit around for 2 days on this load. And he came back to me, and I should have known that he was a worthless piece of shit, and was because he didn't tell me he would get back to me. He just said, no, that's the appointment. We can't change it. That's it. That's the right appointment. It's Thursday at 2 a.m. And I think I messaged him 3 times that day or 4 times that day over it. And I can't remember if I called him, but he just told me, nope, that's the appointment, and it's correct, and we can't change it. I was really, really upset with that. When my driver, and he just kept coming back to me and responding immediately, and I knew that he wasn't checking on it because he was responding back so quickly. So when my driver manager came in Tuesday, I sent this same damn message to her, and she came back and told me that the appointment on my plan wasn't correct. It was an appointment window that started Tuesday at 12:01 a.m. No, not Tuesday, Wednesday at 12:01 a.m. Almost exactly when I was expecting to get there. I was expecting I was going to get there at midnight, Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. And that's when the appointment window started. The window stopped Thursday at 2 a.m. So if I would have arrived Thursday at 2 a.m., I would have been late for the appointment, because that was the last time. That was when the window ended. If I showed up after that, then I would have been late. All because this worthless piece of shit wouldn't do his damn job and check on it for me. My driver manager checked on it, and the problem is, the way he screwed me over was I went ahead and took an extra 10-hour break because he told me it couldn't be changed, and that was the correct appointment. So he'd already screwed me on basically a 10-hour driving shift and set me back by about 500 miles. So I just got off the phone with David. I'm stuck here in Memphis. My driver manager said she's going to check and see if I can get a PM schedule, because I'm due for a PM, and I'm sitting here at our West Memphis terminal. I'm at Love's across the street. But I'm trying to get it into the shop so they can get this PM done, so I don't have to come back in a few days to get the PM done. And my driver manager forgot to let me know if she was able to get me scheduled for a PM. So I call up and I said, hey, can you help me out with a few things? And he does one of those where he huffs and puffs so what is it? And I tell him, hey, I explained to him my driver manager was going to try and get me scheduled for PM. I'm sitting here at the West Memphis terminal for a couple of days. She's going to try and get me in Saturday or Sunday, but she didn't get back to me. Can you let me know if they were able to? Well, you can call them, or you can just walk over there and check and ask yourself. I said, I'm not there, and I don't have their phone number. Can you check for me? And yeah, I can, just huffing and puffing on every fucking thing. And then I ask him about this like what the status is of the driver that I'm supposed to relay. When is he going to be there? Has he picked the load up yet? Yeah, he's going to be there. And I sat there and I waited for him to give me more information than that. And after like 10 seconds, he says, was there anything else? You said you had a, bunch of things that you had questions over. And I said, yeah, there's other things. What's the status of the driver? He's on the way. I said, has he picked the load up? Yeah, he's picked the load up. He's 532 miles away. He hasn't started driving today. He'll be there sometime this evening. All right. And then I asked him about this load. I said, can I deliver this load early? Is the appointment time correct? And he did the same fucking shit that he did to me on Monday. He said, yeah, the appointment's correct. No, you can't deliver it early. You have to deliver it Monday at 6 a.m. Like, motherfucker. And I said, all right, thanks, bye. This David person needs to be fired. He is absolutely worthless. And I don't know if the information he's giving me is correct. Maybe it is, but he's not checking. That's the thing. He's not checking. So now I'm going to try to find the phone number for the shipping and receiving department to this place and see if I can reach out to them. Because, I don't know. I don't have any idea. He's, really bad at his job. He's lazy. He's worthless. I've dealt with him twice, and both times he has been just incompetent and lazy. He's a clock puncher. He's just there to collect a damn paycheck, and he gets pissed off if he ever has to do work. And he just completely half-asses everything. I am so pissed off right now. If I ever get him again, I'm just going to ask if he could transfer me to somebody else. If he tells me there's no one else available, then I'll ask him when his shift ends and somebody else is going to be there. I am not dealing with him again ever on anything. He is absolutely worthless. He is by far the worst driver manager. Not just the worst driver manager, he is the worst employee I've dealt with at USA Truck. I am ashamed to work with him at a company. So that is my rant about David, the worthless driver manager, the backup driver manager after hours and weekends that a lot of people are probably complaining about. You see a lot of complaints whenever you look at reviews of USA Truck. One of the biggest complaints, one of the biggest is trailers, and that is a huge problem, is people leaving broken trailers, and you have to put trailers in the shop all the time. And also it can be very difficult to find trailers sometimes. But one of the other big complaints is the after-hour and weekend driver managers. Now, me personally, Robin, I haven't had a problem with. Robin is pretty awesome. Melissa's pretty awesome. Ethan's pretty awesome. David is the only one that I've had a problem with as far as after-hours and weekends go. Now, the after-hours and weekends driver managers, of course, aren't as good as my driver manager. They're not invested in me. I'm not, one of their fleet members. They're just covering for somebody. So, they're not as invested as my driver manager is in me, getting miles and being happy and stuff like that. But David is the only bad one I've dealt with. And David could be the source of all the negative complaints online, all the negative reviews about after hour and weekend driver managers. He's horrible. And he's just, oh my God, I'm so mad. I'm not shaking anymore, but whenever I got off the phone, I was so mad that my hands were shaking. Oh my goodness. So I'm at the Loves. I have the 30 days of Wi-Fi. I hope this Loves has decent Wi-Fi. Most of the Loves, I pay for the premium Wi-Fi at Loves, and it is terrible. It's like 1.5 megabit most of the time. It is so slow that it's almost unusable most of the time. So I hope I have decent internet, and I'm gonna try to enjoy this weekend. And then I have an 8-hour drive to Tulsa. And then after I make my delivery in Tulsa, then I'm driving 90 miles to Oklahoma City, and I'm going to take time off again. So I'm doing a 34, actually close to it's about a 34. We'll say a 34 here in West Memphis. And then I'm going to do a 34 immediately after that at my house. Just really bad trip planning around here. And the excuse that I'm getting right now, this was happening to me like my very first or second week that I was driving. But now the excuse they're giving me on why they're giving me bad plans is because of the Wuhan virus. The freight is slow. So they're giving me what they can give me, what's available. That's the excuse I'm getting. That may be true. I don't know. It's very, very frustrating. I don't get paid to sit around, sitting here in this truck like I am right now. This isn't very fun for me. It's very difficult to enjoy myself in this truck. So I know a lot of people like hanging out at truck stops in these trucks, but I'm not one of them. I can't really stand it. It is not an enjoyable experience for me. So anyway, that's my rant about David. I'm going to put his name in the title. I hope he gets fired. I'm the type of person I hate for anyone to lose their job, their livelihood. I know how big of a thing that is, but this guy has really, really gotten under my skin, and he is absolutely worthless. I'm not the type of person that calls for somebody to be fired, but I really hope this guy gets fired. I'm still so mad. I'm not so mad that I'm shaking still, but I'm still mad. I just really wish that I had another way that I could get another driver manager. If I knew that if I called back in right now I would get somebody else, then I would just call back in and get somebody else. But there's not usually more than, whenever I put in my fleet number, he's probably the one that it's going to go to on every time I call in. He's probably the only one available for my fleet right now. So there's no one else that I can call on this. I'm just fucking stuck. I'm going to, look online and see if I can find the phone number for the shipping and receiving department of this place. See if I can find any reviews to see if maybe they're open on the weekend, stuff like that. I'm so irritated right now. But anyway, we'll end the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.